Exciting video for you today. F-16C Viper versus the Gripen dogfighting. My name is Max Villman, former fighter pilot in the Swedish Air Force on the Gripen. Let's go. And this video is borrowed from Growling Sidewinder. Go check out his YouTube channel and give him a like and a subscribe. He's doing great work, and thanks to him for letting us watch through this fight. It's the Digital Combat Simulator, a very realistic game when it comes to dogfighting. This is the first merge, and as we see, the Gripen had almost 90 degrees won from the beginning of the merge, which of course will give him a huge advantage. You can see him now already pointing at the F-16, threatening him. The F-16 seems to be using Jehemic's helmet sight, so he can get his flight information, as you see here, knots, course, altitude, without having to look into the cockpit, which of course is a great thing. And you see the Gripen is behind already here at 6 o'clock of the F-16 and shooting, as we see. No hits yet. And these are condensation trails, I would assume, not something's damage. Oh, he flew past him. So what you would want to do in this case as the Gripen pilot is perhaps not be as aggressive. He was aiming to get a shot, and if he gets a shot in, of course, he would have won. But in this case, you can do turns from side to side to make sure to increase the distance to the F-16 instead of just pointing ahead as he did. He had higher speed, and the F-16 could just stay there and survive, and basically the Gripen flew past him. So the Gripen would have been wise to do some more turns to stay behind and then have more time to take the shot. So he got a little bit too eager here, too greedy, and now he flew past him. And of course, in normal training, you would not want to go so close to your training partner. That is, of course, not allowed. And now the roles are slightly reversed, but the Gripen did a good thing of immediately turning down to regain his speed. You see the F-16 cannot really get his nose on the Gripen. The Gripen has made a good turn here, really aggressive turn again. Now I would want to see him going up to not point at him again, but he does that, so it's very, very aggressive. Let's see if he can get a shot in this time. And you see once again he turning very, very aggressively, and what we would have want him to do here in this case is to, because the F-16 is committed down towards the ground, he should not commit towards him here, instead try to stay above and let the F-16 come out a little bit more in front to gain that distance, and then he would have more time to make this shot. This is a very, very aggressive shot here. He could just have continued up, but instead he continues with his nose down, which makes for a very, very difficult shot, but he's still able to stay behind F-16. But now it's 1-1 again almost. So some mistakes, especially from the Gripen pilot here. He had a great beginning with the 90 degrees, but he hasn't been able to capitalize on that. But okay, looks like he got a shot in here. Yeah, so once again very aggressive, and this time, third time it paid off. He got a shot in, and the F-16 seems crippled now, I guess. Yeah, and there goes the wing. So it paid off this time. One thing when you finish something so close is that you must be careful not to fly into the debris of the target you've just shot down. It's happened in Ukraine, for example. We had a MiG-29 Ukrainian MiG-21 who flew into the debris of one of his kills and crashed as a consequence of it. So that's something to be mindful of. There's a lot of, he would have gone straight into the debris after the F-16 here. There's a lot of small debris that gets thrown all over the sky, and modern fighter jets are not that hardy when it comes to sucking in those kinds of debris into their engines. So this time it paid off. The Gripen won the fight. Round 2, so 1-0 for the Gripen, and I think that when it comes to the model, I think the Gripen has a worse model here. The F-16 probably has a better flight module here. There you can see the head-up display in the middle and the helmet-mounted display, or Jehemic's helmet sight on the right-hand side there. the merge. The F-16 pilot does a better job of meeting him here, not giving up anything in the merge. I can't see, there he is. Flares being shot out there, dropped flares. He has good energy, the F-16. I would have wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive perhaps, but now he has a good opportunity if he can just survive this. Looks like the Gripen has his nose towards him. Yeah, here the shot comes. I would imagine that the F-16 has more energy now, but the Gripen is pointing towards him, so he cannot use that energy. And he's forced to turn more than he would want because the Gripen has the nose on. And now it's a real fight again. Now the F-16 must really use the three-dimensional space here. It's more of a 1-1 here again. And now the F-16 could really... I would want him to roll more towards the Gripen here and commit towards him. I think that would make the Gripen do more mistakes because I think the F-16 has better energy here. But the Gripen does a great job of continuously turning into the F-16. And now they're stuck in this downwards roll towards each other, towards the lowest altitude, of course, towards the ground in this case. It's quite common that you get stuck in that. Both feel threatened, both feel committed, so they can't turn the other way because that would make sure that the enemy comes in behind you. So you're kind of stuck towards the ground, and then you're stuck in this so-called, we call it a LP, LP disc in the Swedish Air Force. And here I would want him to use the three-dimensional space. He has great energy now. He should have picked up and tried to come in inside the turning circle of the Gripen. But the Gripen makes a more aggressive point here and is able to get some shots off. But he misses. And he should have he should have lifted his nose more now. Now I think the F-16 has a good because he's using three-dimensional space here. He has the possibility to roll in and get a shot off towards the Gripen, possibly. Because he has a better energy state. Yeah, here you see the power of lifting up inside the turn and coming in here. He's jinking. Trying to survive. Let's see if he survives or not. Looks like he got a shot in. He did a good job jinking, but unfortunately he is too much in front of him here. And it looks like he got a shot in. And now he can really use the three-dimensional space to his advantage. He's not threatened here, the F-16 is. And the Gripen is more of a sitting duck down there now. Now it's just to make sure that he does not do anything stupid here, the F-16. 120 knots, so very, very low energy, but he has altitude. And now you see that he can easily roll in behind the Gripen and finish him off here. And he's doing a good job of flaring, but... Okay. Yeah, alright, so he was a little bit too aggressive here, the F-16, so he didn't be able to kill the Gripen, and the Gripen turned in the right moment, but he wasn't able to capitalize on that. He's probably bleeding energy because of his wound, because of the damage to the aircraft. And very aggressive again, but he managed to get a shot off close in the least possible distance. Once again, so close that he possibly could have gone into the debris of him there. But I think that's it for the Gripen this time. So 1-1 probably. Yeah. Victory roll. And he manages to get a shot off at the closest possible distance there. But a kill is a kill. Let's see round 3. Final round, so 1-1 now. .500 knots, 13,000 feet, so both aircraft probably quite good energy state here in the merge. And also the turning radius is quite small at this altitude. I would want the F-16 pilot here to turn towards the Gripen to not give him any degrees like he did in the first contact. And he does a good job here. He's almost immediately being able to threaten the Gripen. And they are once again locked into this sort of roll duel. Still pretty close, high energy still. Can't see how the Gripen is looking right now. Got some shots off, but too close, but yeah. Here you want the F-16 to lift the nose more, or to commit down. He's a bit static, a bit two-dimensional, two-dimensional. And he has a lot of energy to use. Looks like he's more reluctant, more waiting. That it can work, but it's also a dangerous strategy because the enemy then has some opportunity to get some shots off. Once again, they're pretty static when it comes to two-dimensional. Here I would want the F-16 to roll towards the Gripen and then pull, lead. But they are quite hesitant to do that. Now I can't see really what he does with his nose, but he should. Now the diameter towards the ground may be a bit too little for that, but before he had a great opportunity to roll towards him and then pull in towards him and get a shot off. Once again, they're stuck at the lowest altitude possible in the LP disk once again, and the key is to use the three-dimensional space here. And I think it looks like the F-16 has the better energy. You know, he has almost 400 knots here still, so he can just lie on corner speed and really continue to turn, full burner of course, and the Gripen has sold more of his energy, it looks like. So if we just F-16 here played the waiting game, and it paid off, it seems. And the Gripen is gone. Yeah, so that was quite a cocky move of the F-16. He made sure to conserve his energy, which can pay off, but the thing is that you give the enemy opportunity to shoot towards you. So realistically speaking, I think, yeah, it paid off this time, but the Gripen did not use the advantage that the F-16 gave him in terms of turning more towards him and being able to get shots off. And then in the end, the F-16 had much better energy. So once they were stuck at lowest altitude possible, the F-16 would just eat in more and more. Let's see if you see. So because of his higher energy state, he can just turn better than the Gripen and use that energy to turn in and to finish the Gripen off. So yeah, that's one strategy. I wouldn't advise it because it can be quite dangerous. But the Gripen didn't manage to capitalize on it this time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, a like for the video, for the algorithm, a comment below what you want me to react to next. And of course, if you want to support the channel, as many of you have done before, consider buying me a coffee on Ko-Fi. The link is below. And until next time, as always, fly safe.